What? Oh, welcome. Excuse me, I'm very busy.
You look more like you're frightened.
What? No, well, perhaps.
Can I help you?
What? Well, yes. You see, my master, the sorcerer Tanard, is dissatisfied with me. He is constantly tormenting me with impossible tasks. And now somebody has stolen the master's eyeglasses. I wanted to bring them to be adjusted, and somebody grabbed them right out of my hand. I followed the thief, but he ran into the mountains, to the place where all those horrible creatures make their homes. What can I do now? Master Tenard will kill me. Please, keep your eyes peeled. Perhaps you'll find the thief. Bring the eyeglasses back to me before the master notices anything. Please. Have you found the eyeglasses?
I found these eyeglasses on a thief in the mountain.
Owner's mercy, these are the ones. Now I can finally... No, I can't. I forgot...
What?
I broke the master's magic quill last week, and in all the excitement, I forgot to get a replacement.
I should think there would be enough merchants in Greyfell.
No. Quills like that are extremely rare. They are only made by the Circle itself and the Telindian Guild. No merchant here has anything like that on sale. Believe me, it's very upsetting.
I don't know if I'll run across any quills in the course of my travels, but if I do, I'll try to remember you.
Yes, please, do that, warrior. Should you come across an unusual quill, then bring it to me. Perhaps you'll be lucky. Did you find the quill?
Here, I found this odd glowing quill.
Ye gods, a Telindian writing quill. Thank you. You are really unusual. I hardly dare ask you for this, but...
But what?
You know, there is a special chalk. It's used for invocations and rituals. It's generally used by shamans or demonologists. My master told me to get him one, but that is completely impossible. Nobody here makes anything like that. To get one, I would have to rob an orc shaman.
The orc shamans I've run across so far haven't lived long enough to tell me anything about their chalk, but I'll ask the next one I meet.
Have you found the invocation chalk?
Here is your invocation chalk.
I don't know how to thank you. Without you, I would have long since lost my novitiate.
Anything else? Is everything all right now?
Well, there is something.
Yes?
My master's robe is worn out and tattered. I should have had it mended a long time ago, but I've had so much other work.
Your other problems were more interesting?
Oh, dealing with Tanard can be very interesting. Here is the robe. Please bring it to Tanara, the seamstress.
Ah, you again.
Garbar sent me with this robe.
Just look at it. Did you drag it through the gorges of Baragor? There's nothing more to be done. Totally hopeless. Unless, well, some rock spider silk might just work. I'd have to replace some parts, but at least it can be saved. Bring me the silk of the rock spider, and I'll see what I can do. Bring me the silk if you want me to mend the robe. You'll find rock spiders in the northern Windwall Mountains. Ah, you again.
I have the rock spider silk.
At last. Then I can go right to work. All right, here's your robe. Bring it back to Gabar, that hopeless good-for-nothing.
Miria said you might be able to use this dark silk.
Me? Not directly. By itself, this dark silk is worthless. Not until it's woven together with a light silk does its power awaken. In the times of the Circle, they made robes of great power from this fabric. Well, as you have risked your life for us, warrior, it's only fair for me to support you. Bring me 2 parts of light silk for this one of dark silk. Then I will make such a robe for you. You will find light silk from the phantom spiders in the Darklands.
Did you have the robe mended?
Here, I've had the robe mended.
Many thanks. I don't know what I would have done without you. But I won't bother you any longer. You have really helped me enough. Good luck on your travels.
A customer. Welcome. Open wide and show me your teeth. There's certainly something wrong with a few of them. Can't you feel this pulling sensation?
You won't make any money on me. My teeth are just fine, thank you.
I also puncture cataracts. Your eyes look a little dull to me.
No, thanks again.
Oh, well. Sooner or later you'll come crawling to me. Don't wait until it's too late. Otherwise it will all end with your death.
I've already died so many times.
What do you mean? Ah, wait. You're a rune warrior, aren't you? You might be able to do me a favor. The last time I was in Leonon, a gang of goblins stole a set of my most expensive pliers and tweezers. Should you happen to find them...
I find the idea of goblins pulling one another's teeth out highly interesting, but I will keep an eye out for them.
Ah, friend, it's you again. You want to show me your teeth now?
No, thank you.
Pity. Have you at least found my property?
Are these the pliers that were stolen from you?
Yes, I can finally pull teeth again. Here, take this gemstone as my thanks. It will certainly fetch a pretty price from the right merchant. And if you need some treatment yourself, just come to see me. Ah, friend, it's you again.
I found this tooth here. Can you make anything of it?
Indeed. A handsome piece for my collection. Here, take this in repayment.
A warm welcome. May the Guardians protect you and always bless you with the best of health and a full wallet. While we're on the subject, we have a fine selection of goods here. If you'd perhaps care to have a look.
Downright perilous for a merchant here, don't you think?
Brannigan's goblin horde, that miserable lot. This was once a peaceful spot. From here all the way up to the Wildland Pass. But it now looks like there's a war on again. Bad for business for certain. Then let them come. I may be an old wreck, but my sword arm is still fast enough for that scum. Anyone who has faced war isn't afraid of a couple of greenskins, right?
Careful. Don't get too close to the mine.
What mine? What's there?
A phantom has emerged from the old shafts and has been roaming about there ever since. Some people have already tried to drive him away.
Unsuccessfully?
Yes, they all met their death. Perished by the ghost's rusty blade. He kills anything that gets near him.
I understand. Well, maybe I can help you.
Lieutenant Fell demands the sword of the apparition as proof that the danger has been averted. Should you defeat the ghost, bring it to me.
Where does this path lead?
Off to the shield, to the land of the House of Utron. The portal keep, however, is locked.
Why?
There is a war raging in the shield. Brannigan's hordes have almost totally overrun the country. They have already taken the portal and the shield. The Utronian guards won't let anyone through anymore as long as the other side of the portal is unsafe.
Do you think I can conquer the spirit?
From the looks of you, perhaps you're still a little inexperienced for an encounter like that. Might end badly. Greetings.
The ghost is conquered.
Do you have the sword?
Here it is.
Thank you. You have done the old soldier a great service. Here, please take this. This is all I can give you.
Do you know this ring, soldier?
It looks old. Where did you get it from?
It was left over when I killed the ghost.
Strange signs on it. You'd best seek out Orta Gelfbeard, the merchant. He collects all kinds of curious stuff. Maybe he's familiar with it. His hut is west of the city on the way to Ohlone.
Ah, it's you. Tell me of your latest adventures, and don't forget to look at our merchandise.
Brock said you know this ring.
Well, if that doesn't, I'll be... Odwin's seal. By the Guardians, where did you get it? Speak.
From the mine in the east. That's where the ghost of the old warrior was walking about. He lost the ring when I slew him.
Yea, gods, that was one of Odwin's retinue. Odwin was a scholar. He once went with his adepts down into the earth, into the deep gorges of the Barga Gore. They were hoping to explore the realm of the demons. none of them ever returned. Now their ghosts seem to have found the way out of the chasms. That's not a good sign. I will give you something even more useful in exchange for that ring. And keep your eyes wide open. Perhaps more ghosts may afflict you.
What's the story on this Udwin?
He was a wise man, but restless and driven. He believed that ancient knowledge lay hidden in the realms of the demons, knowledge on how the world came to be. Back then, it was still the era of the great empire. He lived in Talendar, the white city under the lake. He must have been colossally wealthy and very powerful. His trademark was the silver-woven ring he wore. But in the end, Udwin took it with him down into his dismal grave. Ah, it's you. Tell me of your latest adventures, and don't forget to look at our merchandise.
I have another ring here.
Heavenly days indeed. So then it's true.
Another ghost appeared. A mage.
That must have been one of Udwin's scribes or cartographers. People say some of them were versed in the magical arts. Here, take this as a reward.
Do you think more of these ghosts might show up?
I wouldn't be surprised. Udwin had a large retinue, warriors in handsome armor, scribes and researchers, but also scouts from the Dunham Woods. Not just all knowledge, but also objects and weapons of great value disappeared with them into the depths forever.
One of the ghosts was carrying this book with him.
A book from Udwin's time? Let me see. To the River of Souls with it. I should have known. It's an old runic document. You should show this book to Darius. He studies the old scripts, and perhaps he knows the language this was written in.
Welcome, young warrior.
Does this book mean anything to you?
Let me see. Talindian Guild runes. Quite old, I'd say. From the time before the Circle. Where does it come from?
From a phantom that came up out of the shafts of the old eastern mine. Orta believes that those are the spirits of Udwin's expedition.
So that is what he believes. For an old soldier, Orta's right in the picture. In actual fact, Udwin did belong to the Talindian Guild.
Can you decipher any of it?
I need more time for that, but it seems to be a diary or something like that.
Ah, it's you. Tell me of your latest adventures, and don't forget to look at our merchandise.
Are you interested in another ring?
Well, I'll be another one. Not that I didn't suspect it. Here, your reward, a special piece from my collection. If it keeps up like this, Udwin himself may soon emerge from the depths. May the Guardians have mercy on us then.
Is he dangerous?
He certainly is. In his day, he was a very highly regarded mage. His studies on the demonic realm familiarized him all too well with the magic of fire, people say.
Where am I?
In Nortander, in the year 8 after the convocation. You slept a long time, if you are who I think you are.
I wandered for a long time down dark halls. Very long. My name is Udwin.
Do you remember, Udwin?
What happened? Nothing but dark mist fills my mind.
You have returned to the surface, just like your one-time companions.
Just mists. Voices. I can't remember.
Perhaps you recognize this book.
I know it. Give it to me. Yes, I remember. That's my scribe's handwriting. A journey into the deep chasms above the eternal fire. And claws. Claws in the darkness.
Claws, hooks, bodies, blood. Everywhere, blood. I heard their screams. The pain. Unbearable pain. An ugly face. The monster. Away with you, horrid creature.
What an odd visitor. Welcome. They call me Tirgar Brannon.
You're a fisherman?
I would have been if those wretched goblins hadn't grabbed all the fish. Now I've been demoted to patching the nets.
Not much of a catch today?
As I already said, it's the goblins' fault. They're hauling in all the fish over there on the northern bank. And I can't supply Sunder, although he's been waiting for a fresh load of fish for days now. Do you suppose you could help me out of this situation? Slay that green-skinned mob and bring me back their haul? You look like someone who might enjoy that sort of thing.
This isn't the first time I've heard that.
Welcome back.
Here, a big sack of fish for you. Almost fresh caught.
Thank you. Could I ask you for another favor? Would you bring the sack down to Sunder in the village with my best wishes? Unfortunately, I can't get away from here. I think it might prove profitable for you. And take this as a token of my thanks. Here, this should be useful.
Are you the blacksmith? I bring you the fish from Tirgar.
Good.
Good. Then, farewell.
Wait, I wouldn't have thought a warrior of the runes would stoop to helping a simple fellow like me. I guess you're all right. Come along, I've got something for you.
Have you ever seen an axe like this before?
Dwarves' work. Was once a handsome piece. Pretty run down. I'll trade it with you for a weapon from my assortment if you'd like.
Gladly. Show me what you have to offer.
Pick something out.
Thanks be to the gods. Finally, someone's come to rescue us.
What happened?
Beastmen took us by surprise. We are free traders. We were on our way to Lianon. Suddenly, those beasts pounced on us. They abducted everyone.
Do you know where your companions were taken?
Beyond the stone gate, to the south of here, there is an old stone quarry. That's where they imprisoned my companions. Please, you must set them free. The beasts locked the gate. There must be a way to open it. Perhaps the elves know a way. After all, this is their country.
Where are they being held captive?
The beastmen turned us over to a band of ogres and then pounced on our cargo. The ogres hurled us into the old quarry. So far, I'm the only one who's managed to escape. Please, open the gate and look for the stone quarry in the south. Slay the ogres and set my companions free. You are our last hope.
Greetings. As it appears, we have to thank you for rescuing us. On behalf of us all, I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't have stood it much longer in that dark hole. They call me Shadira. My companions and I are free traders. We travel all over the world buying and selling whenever the opportunity presents itself. We were on the way to Lianon with our cargo, but before we knew it, we were robbed and taken into captivity. The customs in this country certainly leave a great deal to be desired.
What kind of cargo did you have with you?
2 carts full of fire steel from the Hallets, then fine gowns and jewelry from the High March. Would have earned us a small fortune. What a pity.
The ogres and beasts certainly seem to have taken a liking to your goods. It seems your cargo has been distributed over half the country.
Yes, they're flaunting our goods as trophies. I hate to think of all the awful things they're doing with our valuables.
Why the detour through this country?
What an idiot I am. I was the one who talked Jankwa into going on a journey to this far-off land.
But you must certainly have known that they do business with weapons and not money in this land.
Of course, but my hope of finding a little Arya Frost blinded me.
Arya Frost?
Purest Arya, the tears of knowledge, flowing starlight. the holy water of this earth, solidified to perfect crystals. Aria frost only occurs in very few places in this world, where its face is still in its primitive state. It is magnificently beautiful. They say even the dragons rejoice in its glow.
Well, in this land, the countenance of the earth is still very old. It may be that Aria Frost can actually still be found here.
Yes, that's what I was hoping. But now everything is lost. Good day.
Is this here the Aria Frost you spoke of?
Ye gods, it is so beautiful. Where did you find it? Well, whatever the case, it's yours now. But tell me honestly, what were you planning to do with it? I mean, it has no intrinsic value, and you don't know what to use it for. Think it over. It will just take up space in your pockets, and it's doubtless that you will find anybody who will give you anything for it. As I said, it only has idealistic value.
Well, there is surely a mage in Greyfell who...
Certainly not. Nobody would. Oh, what's the point? You're determined to put one over on me, aren't you?
You should realize I didn't exactly find this behind a bush. It was the property of a creature that...
Very well, very well. Who would haggle with a warrior of the rune? I have something here that will surely satisfy you. These are some of my best rings. At least I was able to hide these from the ogres.
Who are you?
Your liberator, so it seems.
My name is Istur.
You are weak. Try to rest.
No, must find him. Please unchain me.
Who must you find?
My brother, Sharknar. He will kill them all. Yes, kill them. He is obsessed. A creature. He summoned it from beyond the grave. It eats his dreams, his mind. It drives him to insanity. He has already murdered many people under the spell of the creature. Only death can free him, release him.
You must get some rest.
No time. You must find Sharknar, kill him, make haste, and be on your guard. His death will set the demon loose. He must be destroyed before he can seek a new slave. The creature possesses a stone, a ball of obsidian, humming, filled with unholy life. This is where he holds his victim's dreams captive. Bring it to me. If I study the stone, perhaps I will find out more about these creatures. Find Sharknar. Go, hurry. Follow this path to the west into the mountains, and be very careful. He is a mighty necromancer, very mighty.
Why are you imprisoned here?
I followed my brother, Sharknar. I wanted to stop him before he sets foot on inhabited land again. But those primitive beasts chained me up like an animal. They have no idea of the dangers lurking in these mountains. I know you.
Is this the obsidian?
That's it. Then you have conquered the demon. Sharknar, may he rest in peace. Let us hope he was the last dream thief who came to us from beyond the grave.
May Tiara's fire enlighten you, human. May fortune be kinder to you than it was to me.
You're injured.
A spear wound. It will take many moons before I will be able to hold a bow again. A curse on those beasts. They'll overrun the gate of the homestead.
Do you mean the orcs?
No, the beastmen. They've already set up a fortified camp in the southwest. They keep moving farther forward. It was my duty to protect our borders there. But they're like cockroaches. For every one you crush underfoot, 3 new ones crop up. Please find them. Bring me their manes, and I will give you a princely reward.
What do you want from me?
I have procured your tincture. Here it is.
Oh, stranger, I am deeply indebted to you. Please take this as a small token of my appreciation. Please, stranger, leave me alone with my pain. Many of our wounded will die unless somebody penetrates into Greyfell. The weapons of our assailants are contaminated and poisonous, and only Valdis the merchant woman has the wound tincture that can prevent our injured from getting wound burn.
Whose head is this here?
That was one of the Twonks, 5 brothers who served Brannigan. Damn dangerous fellows. I wouldn't be surprised if the others were lurking around Leafshade as well. A handsome reward has been placed on their heads to anyone who hunts down all 5 of them.
I'll keep an eye out for them.
Darmur is a dangerous fighter. He wields a battle axe like no other man. Sergil may be weaker, but he is damned clever. Watch out for his poisoned dagger. Brandel, on the other hand, always uses a crossbow. Ragnar is a black magician, and Elisha has a complete command of ice magic. What's the situation?
The 5 brothers are reunited in the great beyond.
By the souls of the Morduin, the Lord Commander will be very pleased. You have dealt Brannigan a mighty blow. I will take this bleeding burden from you. Here, take this reward for your valor.
Who are you?
An emissary of the Order on the way to the Shield.
Then I can wish you Ellen's blessing and all the good fortune of this world, friend. You're going to need it. I am Sinbin. Welcome to Leafshade, once one of the most beautiful gardens in Elen.
What happened, Sinben?
Brannigan's hordes have been wreaking havoc in these lands for ages. In the old days, they were just common robbers and thieves. But now they have new weapons, new armor, new commanders. I was just visiting here to gather the remaining things I needed for my spell work when the hordes from the east descended on us like a tidal wave. They burned down the homestead and slew many of my sisters.
But you were able to flee.
Oh, I didn't run away from the battle, if that's what you mean. Brannigan had some of us taken captive, as hostages in case the sisters from Iloni were to seek vengeance. His adjutant Ronk slapped us in chains, and we were put on display like cattle. When a troop of Utranians attacked their camp, I was able to escape, but many of my sisters are still in captivity there.
Where are your sisters being held captive?
In the camp near the portal to the Shield. Since the Utranians broke through, Ronk has been fortifying his troops there. My sisters are chained right in front of his quarters.
Not much longer. Your sisters will soon be free, I promise you.
Be very careful. Ronk is cruel. He'd rather kill them than set them free. When you attack his camp, you have to act quickly.
What is this spell work you speak of?
There are 2 special objects I would like to craft. First, a ring, Night Glow. I already had all the components, and then a spell mask.
What is this night glow all about?
Night Glow is a precious ring made of dark stone. It is formed from dark quartz. After that, moon silver and starfire are woven in. It is primarily intended for sorcerers and provides protection against magic. If you can get back the components for me, I will be happy to make it for you as a token of gratitude for rescuing us.
A spell mask?
It is not hard to manufacture if you have the components. A precious stone of eternal fire is ground up and applied to a troll's skull along with essence of toady blood.
That sounds like black magic. Downright unusual for an elf.
The powers of nature and the powers of death are sometimes closely intertwined. Death is but another part of nature. The spell mask is especially well suited for fighters. It gives them power and protection. If you bring me the parts, I will make it for you. I owe that to you.
Thank you. I owe you my life. Please take this as a sign of our gratitude. We will fight by your side. Let us drive the hordes out of Leafshade.
Welcome back.
Your sisters are free.
May Elen bless you. Even if we paid a high price, at least my sisters do not have to die in captivity. Here, take this in gratitude, servant of the rune. Our good wishes and prayers go with you.
I found the components of the ring.
Very good. Wait. This is the ring night glow for you. Welcome back.
Here are the parts of the mask.
I'll begin at once. It is finished. Here, take it. May it always protect you.
How often do I have to tell you you have to wind elfin yarn the other way around? That isn't hard. Read my lips. The other way around. I'm surrounded by numbskulls. And who are you anyway? Makes no difference. You certainly haven't come here to sell snout monkeys. Add another misery to my portion. Well, what can Tanara do for you?
What kind of leggings are these?
A magical cloth. Very rare. It must be quite old.
I found them in a goblin's place.
He must have stolen them somewhere. This is Windrunner cloth, a very old piece of elfin workmanship. It empowers the wearer to move as fast as the wind.
Can you process this cloth?
Stupid question. Who do you think you have before you? Of course I can. I will tailor a fine pair of trousers from it for you, and that quicker than you can snap your open mouth shut. You see? Already finished. Now, get going before Master Zabo catches me giving gifts.
Many thanks.
Welcome, stranger. I'm afraid I can offer you no merchandise. I've been waiting days now for an important delivery. My storehouse is completely sold out.
From whom are you expecting the delivery?
From Flann Gonarson, a traveling merchant. I wonder what happened to him.
Perhaps I can find him. Tell me where to begin the search.
He generally takes the route over the Shield. He may possibly have been held up there, on one of the adjoining islands.
Should I happen to go there, I'll see if I can find him. Then you cannot give me a wound tincture either.
Not at the moment. Not until I get my next delivery. Unfortunately, I can still offer you nothing. Flann Gonarson hasn't yet arrived with the delivery.
I believe I have a crate for you here.
My delivery, finally! How can I ever reward you? My cash box is empty. Wait, I know. Here, take this tincture. It has great healing power and is highly regarded everywhere.
Welcome, friend.
Did this necklace belong to your wife?
Ye gods! Then she is dead. Oh, Shire, those miserable bastards. Their blood will be the price they pay me for this.
One of the orc leaders was wearing this necklace. He must have gotten it from the trader.
Find him. Find the murderer. He robbed me of my wife and my honor. If I were not bound by my duty as Lord Commander, I would hunt him down to the very end of the earth.
Your wife will be avenged. Nevertheless, your honor is unstained.
You don't understand. Not only did he steal my wife from the bedchamber, he also took the purple banner, the sign of our house. Without that banner, I am dishonored. No enemy has ever been able to take it away from us. Now it serves the traitor as a trophy.
I will find him, my lord. You can count on me.
What a distinguished visitor to my humble dwelling. A cordial welcome.
What is your trade here?
I'm a seamstress, a silk embroiderer to be precise, even though this art is not held in very high esteem in these lands. Here in Sky, everything centers around fighting and surviving. But the people have good hearts, and nowhere you will find more honest and upstanding people. Greetings.
Would this spider silk be of any use to you?
Oh, indeed so. Pure spider silk is rare and precious. There is much power in spider silk. Unfortunately, I'm not the right person for the job. My coarse loom would just ruin it. But there's a seamstress who can craft the most precious of all fabrics from the silk. Go see Tanara in Greyfell. Show her the silk. I'm sure you won't regret it. Ah, you again.
I have the silk.
Well, it's about time. I'll start right away.
I thank you for...
Silence, I have to concentrate. Now, here you have the robe. Excellent workmanship, if I do say so myself.
Thanks again.
Ah, you must be the rune warrior from the Order. Everybody's talking about you. I believe we all owe you a debt of gratitude. What can I do for you?
Have you lived here long?
As far back as I can remember. And I will remain here until the end of my days. After the Spider Master took my daughter, I have nothing more to live for anyway. One place is as good as another.
Your daughter was kidnapped?
Yes, by that accursed creature. Many people thought he was just a legend. But since he came down from the pass, the muckers have had to change their tune. He's the one who has been stealing our children all these years. May he be cursed forever. If I had the strength, then I would feed him to his own beasts. Then Sarah would be avenged. Come in, friend.
Did this dress belong to your daughter?
My Sarah? Yes, yes. That was one of her dresses. She had it on the day she disappeared.
Your daughter will be avenged.
I thank you. Here, please take this. It is only the feeble thanks of an old man, but I have nothing more. Now I can die in peace, for I will finally see my Sarah again.
Irony's light be with you, stranger.
Who are you? Why are you hiding here?
My name is Flan Gondison. I'm a merchant from Leonon.
You look terrible. Who did this to you?
I was on my way to Greyfell in the Shield with a load of merchandise when I was suddenly attacked by bandits, but I managed to escape.
And what happened to your merchandise?
I had to leave the chest with my goods behind, but those bandits will not have much joy with it.
Why not?
The chest is equipped with a clever lock. Only somebody who turns the 3 knobs in the correct sequence will be able to open it.
What sequence is that?
You must be joking. I'm a merchant. You'll have to give me something of comparable value for information like that. A malachite, for example. Ah, it's you.
Greetings.
What do you want?
Tell me about the chest again.
The chest is equipped with a clever lock. Only somebody who turns the 3 knobs in the correct sequence will be able to open it.
What sequence is that?
You must be joking. I'm a merchant. You'll have to give me something of comparable value for information like that. A malachite, for example.
Here, take it. A malachite.
Indeed. Then I was mistaken about you. You're wealthier than you appear on the surface. Well then, the correct sequence is...
Well?
Right knob.
And then?
Left knob.
Continue.
Knob in the middle. Left knob.
Well?
And last, the knob in the middle.
There is something else I have to know.
Yes, the combination isn't enough. If you want to open the chest, you need a key.
Could you give me the key?
Of course. Here it is.
Just look. Just look. What have we got here? Fresh, juicy human flesh.
Who or what are you?
People avoid me. They're afraid of me because I have the gift of being able to talk to spiders.
Are you friend or foe?
Neither nor, hot-blooded ruin warrior. I am the keeper of these magnificent creatures. The war drove me out of my hiding place in the mountains. But when the storms of war have subsided, I will disappear back there again.
You must rise up against intruders.
Ah, your blood is young and thirsting for action. But look, what can I possibly do against the armies of assailants? I would be crushed underfoot like a spider.
That you would be, if you just sit around idly here. Fight with me, side by side. Together we can conquer the enemy.
Oh, what a lust for action! What a lust for action! Very well, my hot-blooded friend. So it shall be. I will send my huntsman to your aid. Give me news as soon as your attack begins. As soon as you give me a sign, my spiders will attack the enemy's army at the entrance to the pass.
Send out your spiders.
Good, my little ones will stand by you. Good luck. And one more thing. One of the orcs stole my flute, a rare and precious instrument. I would be very grateful to you if you could bring it back to me. Now, off you go, my little ones. Ah, a pleasure to see you again.
Your flute?
Ah, many thanks. A lonely man like me needs his music, don't you know? Here, take this in exchange. I believe it will prove useful for you. Ah, a pleasure to see you again.
They say you kidnapped a girl.
Is that what people say? Well, kidnapped is perhaps the wrong word. She was my guest. I invited her to dinner.
Set her free, or your spiders will mourn the death of their keeper.
Your hot temper will get you in trouble once again, my young warrior. Set her free? Oh, she is free. Free from all the sorrows of this world.
Bastard, you'll pay for that.
Fresh meat, my darlings. Come to dinner. Come on, come on.
Welcome, friend.
The traitor is dead.
Did he have the banner with him? Who was it? What did he look like?
The banner is here. It was a scarred fellow with eyes of steel, a good fighter with shield and sword.
Halgard, that swine. I suspected he was the one. He's been stalking Shira for a long time. I was a fool. As for you, Rune Warrior, you have restored the honor of Utran and avenged the death of my wife. Take this as thanks. May it be useful to you on your journey.
Ah, you again.
Helena said you could do something with this silk.
Silk from a big old spider. This sort of thing is very hard to procure. What do you want for it?
What do you offer?
What about a trade? You give me the silk, and I'll tell you in return how to get a wonderful magical robe, the likes of which nobody else in any of the northern realms wears.
The robe would certainly be worth more to me than this silk. Tell me more.
I do, however, need two different kinds of this spider silk. On the one hand, some dark silk, the kind woven by the large rock spiders in the mountains. On the other hand, a light silk, the kind woven by the phantom spiders in the darklands. Bring me 1 part dark and 2 parts light silk. Then I will make you a robe that will draw great magical power from the contradiction of these two opposite kinds of magical silk.
Ah, an adventurer. Come closer. Bring a little diversion into the working day of a simple cobbler. Tell me of your adventures.
I'm no adventurer, my friend.
No? You look a hell of a lot like one. What's up? Do you want to experience a little adventure, perhaps?
My time is limited.
Come on, don't be so diffident. Listen to me for a moment. It will surely interest you. Old treasures and old secrets.
Good. Tell me your secrets, friend cobbler.
Sandor is my name. Now then, a few days ago I was wandering through the mountains near the Shadow Pass looking for old objects, when...
On the Shadow Pass? In the land of the goblins?
Is this your story or mine? Where was I? Oh yes, now, as I was wending my way, I suddenly heard some strange sounds, like the distant echo of voices. I found 3 different places with old gravestones on them. This odd murmuring seemed to be coming out of each one.
Did you examine it closer?
No, I'm just a cobbler. There were bones lying all around there,
and when I came closer, they started to tremble. Then I ran away as fast as I could. The gravestones aren't here in town. There are grave markers outside in the mountains. One stands in the north, one in the south, and one in the southwest. Examine the 3 gravestones and then come back here and tell me about them. But be on your guard.
Voices from gravestones?
Voices, like echoes from a far distant place, whispering in a strange language. Ah, you're back.
I have examined the 3 gravestones.
And?
I could actually make out words. Tar, Shin, and Gar.
What might that mean?
I don't know, Sandor.
Go to Goran, the old scholar. Perhaps he can decipher those words. He knows a lot about the old languages.
What? What do you want? Go your way and stop bothering decent citizens.
What are you doing here?
You can see that, getting annoyed by idiots like you. If I had any time left, then I'd study old writings and do translation.
Are you a scholar?
No, I'm the night watchman. Of course I'm a scholar. And a good one, too. Now, what do you want?
Sandor sent me.
A cobbler? Huh, I would never have thought that a warrior would be out and about on orders from a cobbler.
Do the words tar, gar, and shin mean anything to you? Perhaps an old language you might know?
Not a language. That's a name. An old, hated name. The Child Slaughterer. His name was Shin Targar, the last sorcerer of Greyfell. In his greed for power, he slew 3 sons and offered their blood as a sacrifice to the Red Horde. But the Horde betrayed him, as they did so many others. That was still before the days of the Circle. The citizens of Greyfell drove him away when they discovered what he had done. Embittered, he ran away into a cave and sealed up its entrance forever.
Then those are the voices of his slain sons who curse his name.
Yes, may he be damned forever.
Ah, you're back.
I went to see Goran.
And? What does he say?
He thinks the words form the name of an old sorcerer, Shin Targar.
An old sorcerer? There is a cave up there in the mountains. They say you can find the grave of an old sorcerer up there. I'd bet anything it's full of treasures. The cave is sealed with a stone gate. Nobody has been able to open it so far. If it's the grave of that sorcerer...
Then his name might open the gate.
Come along! Follow me! We're going to the cave!
Only a cobbler.
What is it this time?
Here, I have a book from Shin Targar.
Let me see it. Encoded. I can recognize the syllables all right, but none of the words. You'll have to go see someone else. Go to Darius Serval. He lives in Leonon. He knows the codes of the old guilds better than I do. Talk to him about the book.
Welcome, young warrior.
Goran told me you might be able to decipher this.
A dark document, very dark. Almighty light, this is the book of the Child Slaughterer. Here, take this in exchange. I'll keep the book. This knowledge is not intended for you.
A wanderer in this wilderness?
You look very weak.
Weak, yes. Weakness has lived in my limbs since that day, when this illness laid me low. May you never have to go through anything like that. Nothing can soothe my agony.
You mean your disease is incurable?
Well, the Zirfar potion, it can heal this illness. But it is rare and precious. Shanmuir, the healer from Leonon, she might be able to concoct it. But she... perhaps you might be able to help me. Ask Shanmuir for a Zirfar potion. She'll listen to you.
I'll see what I can do.
Ah, so you're back.
Can you brew a Zirfar potion for me?
The Zirfar potion? Who has sent you? Is it that hermit?
Yes. You know of him?
Indeed I do. He's a murderer, a slaughterer driven by madness. His illness and weakness are the only reason why he is still on the loose and not in a dungeon. His suffering gained him the sympathy of the judges. The Zirfar potion might help him, but once he regains his strength, he will doubtlessly start murdering again.
Have you no compassion for him?
I can give you a pain-easing potion. It will ease his pains even if it doesn't cure them, but the Zirfar potion, never.
I demand the Zirfar potion. You are a healer of the White School. You must heal him regardless of the crimes he was convicted of.
You haven't seen what he is capable of. Besides, the blood of many innocents is on your hands. I refuse.
Then give me the name of another healer who has more compassion than you.
Illyrius in the Shield has a command of this art just as I do. I only hope he will act as I did.
Hello. I'm Illyrius, the healer.
Welcome.
What can I do for you?
I need a Zirfar potion.
A Zirfar potion. I won't ask what you need it for, but I can tell you this. It won't come cheap.
How much do you want?
I would have demanded a pretty penny from an average customer, but you look like a person who might be able to do something even more valuable for me. Listen, since the Black Fist attacked us, looters have been prowling around here. They've robbed me of my money. Bare swords, please note. Bring back my wallet, and make sure these fellows jump over the blade, if you catch my meaning. Nobody threatens Illyrius and gets away with it.
Where will I find these looters?
They move toward the southwest. I imagine they're lurking about near the old mines. Ah, it's you again.
Is this your wallet?
Ah, yes. Let me see. Damn it, not much left in there. You haven't helped yourself to a little reward, have you?
Are you accusing me of robbery, Illyrias? If I had wanted your money, how come I didn't just keep your whole wallet?
Very well, fine. I promised you a potion. Here, take it.
The potion? Do you have the potion?
I have the Zirfar potion.
Tell the truth. Really? Quickly, give it to me. My strength is returning.
What'll it be? A sword for your brother? Or a dagger for your beloved?
What do you mean?
All right. Most of the people who come to me are harboring fairly dark thoughts, if you know what I mean. I craft the tools of death. No butcher knives or military swords. You can get those on the market. Now, what do you want from Ortank, warrior?
Do you craft armor too, Ortank?
Rarely. A good set of armor simply takes too long. Besides, the right metal is usually very scarce.
So, you have forged armor.
I once crafted a suit of armor from gleaming moon silver, the only one ever made by a human hand. Day after day, Sundra and I stood sweating over the forge. We used all our skill and knowledge to craft that armor. It was intended for the greatest warrior the human realms have ever seen.
What became of that armor?
Amra wore it when he set forth to look for Leia. What became of him? I don't know. He never returned from his journey. My old apprentice, Sunder, looked quite a while for Amra, but all in vain. He now has a forge in Leonon. If you should find him, bring him my greetings.
Can you forge a good weapon?
I could make you a weapon you've never even dared to dream of, warrior, but for that I need material that is more precious than a kingdom.
What are you talking about?
Among the undead in the south of the Windwall Mountains, there are some individuals of such evil that their rotten souls have turned to stone. These stones contain a great, unholy power. Bring me the 5 soul stones, and you will receive a weapon the likes of which you have never seen before. Ah, warrior, I hope your business is satisfactory.
Are scales from a little dragon good enough material for a set of armor?
At best a beginning. I can only make light, movable parts for a set of armor from them. To get proper armor, you also need the scales from a full-grown dragon, not just a little fellow. Should you come upon one in your travels and survive the encounter, then come back to me. I will make you a set of dragon armor. Ah, warrior, I hope your business is satisfactory.
I found all 5 soul stones.
Indeed. The 5 soul stones. By the eternal fires of Bragagor. But before I can shape them, you must tell me what weapon you want. I could make you a heavy, 2-handed axe, or also a lighter, 1-handed sword. The magic power of the soul stones would be identical in both weapons. Or I could make you the kind of iron bar that is only used by magicians and sorcerers.
I choose the heavy, 2-handed axe.
As you wish. There. The stones combine. The axe is forged. Here, take it. Ah, warrior, I hope your business is satisfactory.
I have here the scales from a full-grown dragon.
You have slain a dragon? Neathalf's mercy. Then I shall make a suit of armor for you, with all my strength and all my knowledge. Take the armor, you've earned it. It is an honor to forge for you.
They are here. They are here. Oh, dear, send on your light. Drive the shadows away.
You should go see a healer, friend. You are ill.
No, not ill. Knowing, and yet still blind. I don't see the shadows under the light. Don't see the horror creeping up on me.
Tell me one thing at a time.
Sorry, I'm Kostagir, an adept of the dark arts. Believe me, I know the creatures of light, and I'm knowledgeable on the creatures of darkness. But in the shadows there lurks a power that is more terrible than all the creatures this world will ever bring forth. Something is waiting there. Alien, mysterious, not visible to the eye, except when they are killing. Then you see their dark silhouettes, and it's the last thing you ever see. Only very few people know of them. My master died by their hand. I must get to the bottom of their secret. I have no other choice. Perhaps they are already here, among us, lurking.
Is there no magic spell that can protect you?
No, no curse can frighten them. The ring is the only way. My master told me about it before he died, but he took his knowledge with him into the grave. Greetings.
Is this perhaps the ring you were talking about?
Incomprehensible. The shadow ring. It looks just the way my master described it to me.
But it is an ordinary silver ring. It exudes no special power.
You're right. It seems to possess no power. And yet it looks like the shadow ring. I must ask Rigor.
Rigor?
One of the few individuals, beside myself, who dared study the shadows. He was on the trail of a runaway necromancer. Then he disappeared into the dark lands somewhere.
The dark lands? That's where my road will be taking me anyway. I'll take the ring along with me. If I find Rigor, I'll ask him about it.
Do it. I hope you find him. I can feel my time running out.
Blasted country, blasted heat, blasted lame brains. And what do you want now? Out with it. Make a bad day even worse.
The courtesy in this country never ceases to amaze me.
I'll shove your courtesy right down your throat if you don't get out of here.
What's your problem?
Problem? No problem. I'm at the wrong damn place at the wrong damn time. I'm following an enemy of our guild, a dark elf named Tar. But that bastard has gone under somewhere in Moulandir, and I'm stuck here. Blasted country.
Who is this Tar?
He's Wandering Death, a murderer, a defector who observes no rules. That's why my guild has put a price on his head.
Kostagir sent me to you with this ring.
The Shadow Ring! I can't believe it! Where did you get it?
An apparitional undead was wearing it.
Finally, you have no idea what you'll have in your hands.
What kind of ring is this?
It is the gateway to the world of the shadows. Its magic powers are exhausted. I, however, know the spell to inspire it with new energy. Wait! Here, you have it back. The ring came to you. You found it, and you must wear it. It has been preordained by destiny.
And what am I supposed to do with it? Will it make me invisible, perhaps?
No, on the contrary. It makes invisible things visible. When you wear this ring, you will be able to see the shadow creatures. Look for them, destroy the black phantoms, wherever you may run across them. Nobody knows how far they've already penetrated into our world. Now you can see them, find them, and annihilate them. And look for clues that might tell us what they are planning. Should you find anything, bring it to me.
Tar is dead.
Oh, really? And I'm a priest of Aonir. You think you can pull the wool over my eyes?
Here is his head. Do you believe me now?
Nor's I! Really? The butcher has gone down to the River of Souls. Good work, warrior. I can see you're worth something. Here, take the reward. You've earned it. What is it this time?
I found this book on one of the shadows.
A book? What can a phantom possibly do with a book? You must be mistaken.
See for yourself.
The manifesto of the shadows? Then the legend is true after all. This book was once written by an insane dark elf. It was kept in the archives of Greyfell until one day it mysteriously disappeared. The librarian was found frozen to death in the archive. The shadows themselves must have stolen it. Here, the text tells of a shadow crystal, the source of their power. In an old fortress of light, run down and accursed, it is hidden in a wall. That is where the shadows come streaming into our world. Wherever that place is, you must go there. Find the crystal and tear it out. Then this awful spook will be over and done with. What is it this time?
Rigur, I bring you the shadow crystal.
Indeed, you removed the crystal and broke the power of the shadows. I must admit, I'm impressed.
Do you want to have the crystal?
Me? Oh no, stay away from me with that thing. I'm not out of my mind. Just bring it to Castigear. He's crazy enough to take it.
Greetings.
The shadows have been driven out, for the time being.
You deciphered the mystery?
This crystal fragment is their origin and the source of their power. But I fear it isn't the only one of its kind. Look, it looks like something that had broken off from a larger piece.
Show it to me. Indeed. I'll examine this fragment. It is our only clue. The only way to prepare ourselves for the next apparition of the shadows. Take this as a sign of my gratitude. Return to me later if you can. Perhaps my research will have borne fruit by then. Greetings.
How is your research going?
I found a way to hold the power of the shadows in check. Pure silver seems to frighten them. Look here. The powers of the shadow crystal are dominated by the silver belt here. This way we can keep their power under control. Take the belt and wear it. This way the shadows will be at your beck and call, and it will serve you as a protective armor. You're entitled to it.
Ah, an adventurer. I hope you're not one of the long-fingered variety. Otherwise you'll soon kiss those fingers goodbye. Do you hear?
What goods do you sell?
I trade with things far beyond your imagination, let alone your budget. You'd better just move on.
Greetings from Ortonk.
Thank you, but that's not why you're here, right?
I'm looking for Amra's armor. Ortonk sent me to you.
Amra is gone. Leia is gone. Only the gods know what has become of them. Amra was a warrior, short-tempered, but his heart was in the right place. And Leia was the loveliest creature the world has ever seen. The two of them would have made a lovely couple, but then Leia went away with some fellow in disguise, and Amra was never the same again. Raged and howled all day.
Finally, he ordered us to forge this armor. Armor that neither a sword nor magic can penetrate. When it was finally finished, he left to bring Leia back. He never returned. This disguised fellow must have slain him and then run off with Leia. Poor Shan. She's been worried to death over her sister ever since.
Shan Muyir is Leia's sister?
That she is. Go and ask her yourself if you don't believe me.
Ah, so you're back.
You were Leia's sister?
Yes. May the gods protect her wherever she is, and her beloved as well, even though their love brought nothing but misfortune to our house. You should know that Amra once hired on as a mercenary for my father. At that time, my sister Leia fell in love with him, and would certainly have become his wife had a wealthy mage not already asked for her hand. And so my father sent Amra away. Leia gave him, as sign of her favor, her most precious possession, the pledge of the gods. A golden ring, which she had once received from the hand of the goddess Elen herself. Then the mage came and took Leia with him, and that was the last we heard from her. But one day the mage returned, raging with fury. He killed my father and destroyed our home. I never found out exactly what happened back then, but you aren't the only one interested in the history of the House of Muyir. For days, there have been strange creatures lingering about the ruins of our house. They seem to be looking for something there.
Perhaps they're looking for Amra's armor. I'll have a look myself. Where exactly will I find your house?
Take the road to the east after the North Bridge, then you'll come right to it, but all that's left of it is a ruin. There is nothing to be found there.
Someone seems to have a different opinion.
What else do you want?
I believe I ran across some of your people.
People? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the scum that was rummaging through the ruins of the House of Muyir. They had this letter with them.
You must excuse me. Good people are always hard to find. Of course, I will see to it they are severely punished.
That's already been taken care of. They made one mistake they will never make again.
Well, then justice has been served. They weren't much good anyway. Now please excuse me, I have to.
Not so hasty, my friend. What were your people looking for? After all, they were there on your orders.
Oh, nothing at all. An old story.
You're looking for Amra's armor, aren't you?
You know about the armor? Well, Good. Let's talk. But not here. The town has many ears. Meet me at the Wildland Pass. I followed Amra's traces to there.
Good. I'll be there.
Ah, come in, friend. I'm glad you made it.
What exactly are we doing here?
You are searching for Leia and Amra, aren't you?
What do you know about them? We will find a clue here?
You're too curious, young friend. What you will find here is your end. Get him, men! I can explain that.
What are we talking about at the moment?
Please, you wouldn't kill an unarmed man, would you? Have mercy in the name of all the gods that are sacred to us.
No gods are sacred to me. Come on, speak up. What do you know? Why did you want to put me out of the way?
I don't know. I swear it.
One more lie, merchant, and I'll send you down to the River of Souls.
The only thing I know is that there is a gravesite in Whisper, they say. Leia is buried there. The key to Amra's armor is in that gravesite. I have often sent men there, but none of them has ever returned. And now my last men are dead as well. This is my end.
No, this is the beginning of honest work. Return to your merchandise, Centos. Amra's armor was forged for warriors, not for tradesmen.
I have no other choice. Farewell, warrior. May you have better luck on your quest.
Ah, so you're back.
I have here a letter and a jewel from Leia.
Oh, Leia. Yes, this gem belonged to her. I gave it to her as a wedding present. Please, let me see what is in the letter. My dear sister, I am writing to you now that I have reached the end of my path.
My husband desires neither me nor the wealth of our house. The pledge of the gods was the only thing that he lusted after, so he could use it for his magical works. I only hope Amra is gone and riding like the wind, so my husband will never find him, for his wrath is enormous. When he discovered I had given the pledge away, he tortured me and tried to use his dark powers to get me to reveal its hiding place. His parting gift was a dark curse which is slowly destroying me. In this, my final hour, I hope that you may be spared the fury of my husband. And should you ever receive this letter, then warn Amra. Send a message to Tirgar. Old comrades in arms can always find one another. After all, who knows when my husband will track him down? May he have a better fate than mine.
Tirgar?
Tirgar the fisherman was one of Amra's comrades in arms. They were inseparable, warriors and mercenaries. There was even a dark elf among them. Ask Tirgar if you want to know more about Amra. I will now devote myself to the memory of my sister.
Welcome back.
You were once Amra's comrade in arms?
Old times, old wounds. We should leave it at that. Today I'm just a fisherman.
What became of Amra? Did he ever find Leia?
I don't know. Back then he was like a man gone mad. We all warned him, told him the magician was too powerful, but he refused to listen to us.
Did you have an argument?
Yes. Most of us remained here. Only Craig, the dark elf, went with him. They went off to the Darklands and disappeared. But as far as I know, Craig is still alive. I heard he had gone back to the east, to the land of the Dark Elves beyond the Wildland Pass. If anyone knows what became of Amra, then he does. Good luck on your quest. I must go back to mending my nets now. Rune warrior?
You were once a comrade in arms of Amra?
You know too much for a simple warrior.
Tirgar told me you had accompanied Amra right to the end.
That I did. I was only unable to stand by him in his final battle. We were looking for Leia everywhere and finally found a clue that led us to the Darklands. For weeks on end, we wandered about in the wasteland. Amra was like a raging madman. Neither thirst nor the armies of the undead could stop him. But we found only dust and death. Until one evening we reached an unholy place. The wind sang a dirge through the rocks, and an old fortress was enthroned above the land. There, he finally found us.
Leia's husband?
Yes, a magician with a dark hood, a man of incredible power. He floated down from the sky, swept us aside like straws in the wind. Drooling with greed, he demanded the pledge of the gods from Amra, that disastrous ring. I saw Amra rise up, and how, defying the sorcery, he walked up to the magician. Then a lightning stroke knocked me unconscious. When I woke up, I found Amra dead beside me. The pledge of the gods had disappeared. I buried his body at that place, along with his weapons and his armor, as befits a warrior, all because of a useless ring.
Useless? The pledge of the gods must have had incredibly great power.
No, it was just a simple pewter ring. Sometimes people's faith is stronger than any magic, do you understand? The people simply wanted to believe that Leia was blessed. They themselves created that legend with their own imagination. And the pledge of the gods was nothing more than a worthless piece of metal, and a mirror for the greed and stupidity of the people. For the gods give no pledges to mere mortals.
Greetings, my friend.
By Awenir's light, Knight of the Order, what are you carrying in your hand?
This here? That was supposed to become a very special crossbow, but I have almost given up all hope of ever finishing it. I wanted to make it from the noble wood of the black yew tree, but this tree has become very rare in the meanwhile. Back in the old days, the forests were still full of that wood. People carved many fine bows from it, but since the rule of the circle, we can hardly find the black yew tree anymore. Awenir's light. As you can see, I've still not finished my crossbow.
Is this the broken bow made from the wood of the black yew tree?
Indeed it is. Perfect Talandian workmanship. An excellent piece of work.
Take it. Maybe you can complete your work on your crossbow with it.
Thank you, stranger. This is an extremely generous gift.
And you warriors, never say die. Oh, whom do we have here, huh? You wouldn't happen to have some liquor in you from a homeland. The hooch around here is no bloody good.
I have a bottle of Leonon fruit brandy here.
Don't come near me with that rot god. I said liquor from my homeland.
Don't you think you've had enough?
More liquor. More liquor from my homeland. Tell me, haven't I seen her somewhere before? Or weren't you going to?
Who are you, stranger? I can't make you out. Since my eyeglasses were stolen, I can't see anything anymore. If only someone could find them and bring them back to me.
I found these glasses here in a crate at Leonon.
Indeed, these are the ones. How of all the gorges in Braga Gore did you find your way to Leonon? Here, take this bottle of dwarf brandy as thanks. However, say, when you found the glasses, was there a little bronze statuette with them?
No, I'm afraid not.
The statuette was taken along with the glasses. It is of immeasurable value to me. Perhaps you might go out on another quest? I would be very grateful to you.
Tell me, haven't I seen her somewhere before? Or weren't you going to bring me some liquor? Liquor from my homeland.
Perhaps this bottle of dwarf brandy?
Dwarf brandy? Sure enough. Hand it over. Hand it over. I'll give you this brown statue for it. Actually, I wanted to sell it, but no merchant would give me any money for it. Then I've got a pair of eyeglasses to pick them up somewhere. No. God, I must have misplaced them in Leonan somewhere. Here, take this statuette.
Ah, friend, it's you again. Did you find my statuette?
That I have indeed. Here it is.
1,000 thanks. Please take these gold coins as your reward.
Ah, you must be the servant of the rune Skarvik told us about.
I greet you.
Welcome. I am Lord Eric Svatler. I brew the local beer, and other things. If you should happen to be thirsty, you've come to the right place.
So you brew more than just beer here?
Well, I've experimented with herb additives and discovered the powers of certain plants in the process.
A dwarf who collects herbs and brews beverages. That sounds unusual.
I know, but it has proven quite useful, and the people appreciate it.
Do you also make dark brews?
A curative elixir is often not all that different from a poison, if that's what you mean. What are you planning?
Well, I was thinking of a certain giant. A poison might paralyze him, then it would be no trouble to finish him off.
Herger? Poisoning a monster like that is not a simple proposition. You'd have to feed him by the barrelful. But I might know of something that could work. At least it would weaken him for a while. They call it the green sleep.
Make me a green sleep.
I would need some ingredients to concoct it. A dwarf doesn't keep that sort of thing in storage. I need bite fern and weaver green. They shouldn't be all that hard to find. And then silverwind and shadowstalk. They only grow way up on the top of the eastern mountains. The most important ingredient, however, is a poison that is extracted from the spiders in the code mark. Bring me those ingredients, and you will get your poison. Greetings.
Here are the ingredients.
Very good. I have everything all prepared. Just be patient for a moment. Right, here is your poison. But if you want to give it to him, then you need some kind of bait. He has to swallow it.
Blast it. I hadn't thought of that. Swallow it, you say?
Yes. After all, it isn't a sword poison. How would it be if you were to treat some beef with it? Giants are moronic and gluttonous. Bloody meat will arouse their lust.
And how can I bring the meat to him?
You must creep up on him by night. Hang the meat on his belt. It must all happen quietly and quickly, otherwise he will notice you. As soon as he awakens, he will gobble down the poisoned meat. Then he is easy prey for your blade.
Are you sure you want to wear that in this weather?
What are you talking about? My clothing is practical in nature, and the weather is the least of my worries.
Ah, curses. Nobody wants to take the time for real sales talk anymore. I'm Miria, Sam's wife. Sewing is my trade.
Is this dark silk here valuable?
For someone who can work it, certainly. This is a rare piece. I might know someone in Greyfell who can work this kind of silk. She's the best seamstress in all the Northlands.
Could you make something from this predator's pelt?
A good strong pelt. The power of the monster still lives inside it. Give me 3 more of the manes you are wearing on your belt, and I will fashion them into a jerkin for you.
Here, take the pelt and 3 manes.
Good. Wait just a moment. The primeval power of these beasts continues to resound like an echo from their pelts. The jerkin will give you power and protection. Here, take it.
Well, what have we here? A human face.
Considering the hospitality of the dwarves, I'm not surprised that you see one so rarely. Do you live here?
I'm Brongonar. My family has been breeding cattle here for 4 generations.
They say a giant is stealing your cattle.
That beast just strolls around here and steals one animal after another, as if there were nothing to it. And we can do nothing to stop him. Nothing at all. Not even the dwarves can stop him, and that's saying something. May Bjarn's hammer strike him and smash him to pieces.
I need a piece of your best meat.
From the way you sound, you don't want to pay anything for it.
It serves a good purpose. Give it to me, and your problems with Herger will be a thing of the past.
Damn, that's worth half of a herd. Here, take it.
Thank you. Now we'll add some of this fluid to it.
Oh, now I understand. Poisoning the meat. That won't agree with Herger at all.
I certainly hope it won't. Wish me luck, that he doesn't notice the switch.
Then all the luck in the world, my friend.
I have to ask you for some meat. I found a wolf cub about to starve to death. Too weak to move, even.
Oh, then we'll feed him so when he gets his strength back, he can attack my herd.
Don't talk nonsense. I'll pay you for it. Here, take these coins and give me a good piece.
Well, I can hardly forbid you from doing what you want to with honestly purchased meat. Here, take it.
I greet you in the name of the Order. I hope you have come to help us.
What help do you need?
The undead have been besieging us for a long time. As long as they remain outside the walls, we can hold out. But a few days ago, they managed to get into the fortress through one of the secret passageways. It was horrifying.
How were the undead ever able to get inside the fortress?
The secret passageways were dug back in the old days by the dwarves to use as an escape tunnel. Only very few people are aware of their existence.
Did the undead find them by chance?
Impossible. Not the way the dwarves built. Somebody from the fortress must have told them about them. We buried the passageway and posted guards in front of it. But as long as there is one traitor among us, we will have no peace.
Do you suspect someone?
No. It must have been one of the magicians or the commander.
If I come upon any clues, I'll let you know.
Greetings, friend.
I found this map.
Where does it come from?
From a camp of the undead in the north. Have a look. Here and here. The tunnels have been sketched in.
Cursed. This map shows the exact location of the secret passageways and how you can get into them. But who drew it? This handwriting. I don't recognize it.
This writing on the map.
Yes?
I recognized it. Thurgon gave me a letter. Look at this. The address.
You're right. This is Thurgon's handwriting. By the gods, I'd never have... Well, whatever the case may be, I want to know why he committed that terrible betrayal. Follow me. We'll go see him. You must confront him with this evidence.
Ah, our hope has returned.
This map here bears your handwriting. Explain yourself.
Show me. I've never seen this before. What gives you the idea that this is my handwriting?
The address on the letter you gave me. You drew this map, and I found it in the claws of an undead leader.
I underestimated you. You are a fool, but you aren't blind. Did you really think I wanted to see my blood spilled in the dust with the rest of them? Do you think I want to lose my soul to those creatures out there?
No, you'd rather give them your soul voluntarily.
Only the souls of the others. The undead will get them one way or another. What's the difference? At least this way, one man will stay alive.
Whether you stay alive or not, the Order will decide.
First you'll have to catch me, knave of the runes.
Greetings, friend.
Thurgon is dead.
A just punishment. He made a deal with death. Now he has fallen victim to it himself. I thank you, even if it was a sad service you had to perform.
Well, well, a new face. I hope you're a bit easier to get along with than all these egotistical would-be heroes around here.
These people are protecting your life with their own.
Terrific. Just what we needed. Another egomaniacal hero. Allow me. Flink Midwinter's the name. A traveler. At least I'd like to be again soon.
What's a fellow like you doing in a fortress like this?
Now, how did I know you'd ask that question? Probably because I'm a good judge of character, in contrast to you.
I know my way around the human character, too. At least one way or another to silence them, if you know what I mean.
Charming. I was afraid something like that would come up. Well, to answer your question, I was looking for someone. I was just passing by when the first attack began.
Exactly whom are you looking for?
An old business associate of mine, Cassius Dimmer. Should you find him, or whatever's left of him, please let me know. I didn't see anything. He was running along there. One moment. I know you.
Yes, the egotistical hero. Remember?
Of course, from Greatus Vale, the undead, and you got us out of that predicament.
I'm surprised you picked up on that at all. You really got out of there lickety-split.
Business, my friend, business.
With regard to your business.
Yes?
I found your friend, Cassius Demmer, or rather, as you put it, what was left of him.
Oh, that, yes. Well, and,
He had this golden fragment with him.
What? That's all? Triple curses. Now only Fayet is left.
Fayet?
He must have the last part of the key, but now I can't get near him any longer. I almost had him. Now he's bamboozled me, and now he sits well guarded with his own people, damn it. If I could, I would tear his heart out, but what can I ever do against a mercenary?
Not you, but I could.
You? There are at least 24 hard-bitten mercenaries. They'll gobble you down for breakfast.
I am a rune warrior. Don't forget that.
You're a candidate for the madhouse. That's what you are. But very well. If you want to be so crazy, Fayed and his gang have spread out in Leafshade now that the elves are gone. Look for him and tan his hide. He has a fragment just like the one Cassius had. Bring it to me. Is that your wallet? How did it get here?
Here is the fragment.
Zerbo was gracious to me. Thank you, big strong warrior.
What is this key for, anyway?
Now then, all these questions.
Charming. I expected something like that.
See? You learn quickly. Now a good day to you.
What winding road brings you to us? Have you come to die with us?
No. I am here to fight with you, friend, and win.
Then you're even more foolish than you look. Beat the undead in one battle and they just return 100-fold stronger. They bring death, and death nourishes them. The day will come when they will have eliminated all life.
There was always hope. Who are you, knight?
I am Thurgon, blacksmith and weapon master of this fortress.
Why are you so discouraged, Thurgon?
Because we are waiting here like lambs for the slaughter. Look at these fine fellows here. Before the next moon, they will all be dead, or worse. I've had enough of this senseless game. But Urias holds us here like prisoners, that fool. I don't want to end with the others in the dust. No. You, on the other hand, look like somebody who can hardly wait to spill his blood. Do you need a bit of advice how you can put the highest price on your life?
Let me hear your advice, friend.
If you fight against them, then look for their masters. Find the ones who lead them. Each group, every army has a captain. As long as that one continues to fight, it will never end. New creatures will keep on joining their armies. They are remorseless. But if you destroy their leaders, you will break their strength. That is the only way. You don't seem stupid. Perhaps you may rarely survive this carnage. Well, if you should ever return to Greyfell, then I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. Bring this letter to Tanara, the Weaver woman. But don't open it. It is not intended for your eyes.
Good. I'll remember. It may take a while, however.
No, hurry. It is only... Go now. You must have a great deal to do.
Ah, you again.
Thurgon gave me this letter for you.
Thurgon? That miscarriage of a miserable... I've been waiting for some news for months. He's got it coming to him. That? Oh. Ah, Thurgon. Excuse me, if I had known that... I'm so sorry. You travelled a long way to bring me this letter. Here, take this for your efforts. And now please leave me alone. A rune warrior. May Zarak take me away personally. Come, join me. Tell me what you know. I'm sure you have a thrilling story to tell.
This is not yet the time for stories.
A pity. I'm Tana, a bard from the High Mark.
Tell me about the High Mark.
Gladly. The High Mark is a rich and fertile land. You will have forgotten the Nortander in 2 heartbeats once you've been there.
That will be proven difficult right now.
Yes, the borders are closed. Don't ask me why. I only know it has something to do with the conflict in the east, though there are also some domestic squabbles. We were told that the border won't be reopened very soon, probably not at all this year.
Ah, another warrior who wants to share our fate. Welcome to the Fortress of the Damned. Forgive my poisonous tongue. This castle is a tomb, and we are imprisoned inside. I am John. They call me a pathfinder.
What brings you here?
Tana and I were on our way to the Darklands on business of our own. We had just restocked our supplies when the attack began.
Just what exactly happened?
It was a gigantic stroke. Like a gray wave, they came pouring over the land from the east and slammed up against the walls. The outer ring and the northern fortress were destroyed in the first attack. Since then, we have been holding out in here.
Why didn't anybody try to penetrate to the east?
We only know that the way through the Snake Pass is a death trap. Urias kept speaking of reinforcement from the Order, but nobody came.
Do you know your way around these lands?
A little. These regions border on the northern and southern Windwall Mountains and the Howling Mounds. What land should I tell you about?
The northern Windwall Mountains.
The House of Hallett has its seat there, in Stonewell Castle. They are allied with the dwarves from Windholm in the southern Windwall Mountains. The eldest sons of the rulers renew the pledge every generation. Since then they have been fighting side by side. The Halletts are a simple folk, and straightforward. Not as hard-bitten as Utranians or as dark as the Greys of Wolfgar.
Do you know your way around?
A little. What land should I tell you?
The southern Windwall Mountains.
Yonder lies the home of the Hallett dwarves, Windholm, the cradle of friendship between humans and dwarves. The land there is rough, and its residents no less so. But whoever has once earned the respect of the dwarves will find them to be the most honest and loyal friends. The mines yield metals like iridium and moon silver. The dwarves defend them at all times against the primitive creatures who keep coming down from the mountains.
Do you know your way around these?
A little. What land should I
The Howling Mounds.
Once the mighty fortress of the Brazen Falcon stood there. They watched over the city of the Fjaldarg, which sleeps beneath these lands under the spell of the gods. At least they did until the Convocation. Who knows what has become of them? The fortress was destroyed in the Convocation War and is now an eerie place. It was from here that the hordes of the undead came pouring into the country, for the only portal to Whisper, the city of the dead, is located there.
What is that there in your hand?
This odd fragment here? Don't even ask. A dying man I was trying to help gave it to me. He came from Whisper, where the damned rule the land. He whispered to me that the fragment was part of a large stone image, the mosaic of death. As long as the image remains shattered, there is no danger. But if the mosaic is ever reassembled, then a gate to the realm of the undead will open. I can tell you no more, but if you're really interested, then take the fragment, please. I don't want to keep it. And remember my warning. If the fragment should ever be reassembled, great danger threatens.
You awakened me. Master, what happened?
I am not your master, creature.
Only the Master can awaken me. You are the Master. Here, I have preserved this for you, just as you told me to, Master. Shall I come along with you now? Shall I serve you again?
Follow me.
Command me, Master. I am your servant.
The gods have sent you, stranger. Do you have knowledge of the healing arts?
Why do you ask?
General Torn. His eyes are clouded from a cataract. He will go blind if nobody removes the cataract. I am Tom, his field surgeon. This is all beyond my capabilities.
Ah, friend, it's you again.
You know how to puncture a cataract on someone with a sick eye?
I've already done it several dozen times, and in most cases, it all turned out very well.
General Torn in Farlarn's Hope needs medical attention.
Farlarn's Hope? That's too far for me. But I can tell you everything you need to know. Here, take this needle. The fogged lens must be sunk into the bottom of the eye. Then the rays of light can penetrate into the seeing hole in the eye again.
I will follow your instructions.
But be careful. One false move, and sight will be completely lost forever.
It's you. Do you bring help?
I know how you can heal, General Torn.
Speak.
This needle must be used to sink the clouded lens in the interior of the eye.
Many thanks. I will do it, just as you have told me. How can I ever repay you for this? Wait, I know. Here, take this stone tablet. One of our men brought it along from Mulandir. Perhaps it is of some value to you.
An old stone tablet?
Look at these runes on it. This just has to be a magic spell. There are scholars in Greyfell. Perhaps someone there can decipher this tablet for you.
What is it this time?
Can you decipher the lettering on this stone tablet?
Show it to me. Looks like a spell of white magic. This won't be easy to translate, but for the payment of a sapphire, I can take care of that if you'd like.
I hope it's worth it. Here, take the gem.
Now, let's have a look. Here's the sign of healing, the closing wound, the power, the stream of life.
Are you making any progress?
Strange magical signs. What might it mean? Here, this might work. Now the last lines.
Well, have you been able to decipher it all?
Yes, your magic spell is translated. Here, the scroll is for you.
Many thanks.
Well, who do we have here? Welcome to Stoneblade Mountain, friend. I am Gorin, the son of Gideon. Come sit down beside me. You look like you could do with a pipe.
What brings you here?
Adamantinum, my friend, the most precious metal under the sun. Although you don't find it very often up here anymore. It used to be different. I could tell you stories about this land.
What can you tell me about Stoneblade Mountain?
I'll be happy to tell you. Stoneblade owes its name to the mountain that rises up like a sword blade. The land here is old. The rocks here still whisper the song of the birth of the world. Primeval creatures and trolls lurk about in the valleys. And high in the north, the giant watches over the treasure of Brahir. He is harmless, but don't get too close to his cave. My brothers once mined adamant here, but that was long ago. For the stones rose up against us in wrath. They slew the dwarves and put a curse on the land and the rocks. But from among all these dark creatures, you sometimes run across a creature from the old days, from the unfathomable depths of our earth. I see you are a servant of the rune. So one more thing. Right here, behind the rocks, you will find a fertile valley. A monument of the circle still stands there. And should you meet Tworsnik the hermit, then ask him for a good shield. The old fellow makes magnificent shields, let me tell you.
Go your way. There's nothing to see here.
Are you Tworsnik? I heard you own a good shield.
No, I don't. And if I did, what business is that of yours? I've got other problems.
What might they be?
For days I've been trying to brew an effective poison, but I don't have the most important ingredients. If, however, you could get them for me.
Tell me the ingredients and I'll get them for you.
They are the most potent toxic mushrooms. Sulphur head, poison sting, red woodling, white tubeling, yellow wretchling, stomach crampling and elf spreadling.
I've got all the mushrooms.
Oh, let's have a look. The stomach crampling is the most important ingredient. It's missing. Don't come back until you have more mushrooms. Ah, it's you again. What do you want?
I need help looking for the mushrooms.
You've already found an astonishing number of mushrooms.
Everything except for the stomach crampling.
I had already gathered a lot of cramplings. They were stored to dry in a chest, but the chest was stolen by an accursed beastman.
Maybe I can retrieve it.
Here, you'll need this key to open it. But be wary of the beastman. That's one bloodthirsty beast. Ah, it's you again. What do you want?
I have found all the mushrooms now.
Oh, let's have a look. Indeed, you found all the mushrooms. Very well. Take this shield here for them. That's all I have.
Liar! Liar! Kraga kill! Kraga strangle! Kraga kill thief!
What are you up to?
Kraga stand guard. Kraga brave. But Braga body. Braga liar. Take Kraga's gemstone and not give back.
Who are Kraga and Braga?
Me, Kraga. Kraga stand watch over treasure of Brahir. Courage, brave. Kraga, liar! Take Kraga's gemstone and not give back! Braga, brother of Kraga, bad! Steal gemstone from Kraga! Pretty gemstone, present from mighty Brahir for Kraga! Braga thief, Braga body.
And why don't you just bring back the stone?
That Kraga want to do. But Kraga must stand guard here. He no can go look for brother.
I understand. Well, should I happen to run into your brother, I'll let you know.
That good. You look for Braga and tell me. What happened?
I found your brother.
Oh, the liar, cheater. Kraga crush him. Where? Where is Braga?
By a lake not far to the west of here. He has holed up there, if you can call it that.
Kraga crush him. But Kraga cannot leave. Must stand guard.
Should I briefly take over your guard post?
Human do that? Stand guard here so Kraga can go crush Braga?
Go ahead. I will guard Brahir's treasure with my life, if necessary.
That real decent of human. Yes. Kraga will punish cheater. Be right back. You wait here till then. But no go near treasure of Brahir. Kraga no. And Kraga crush human. Not go near treasure. What happened?
Have you got your gemstone?
Yes. Kraga got stone back. Thank you, human, for watching. You real decent. Yeah. Here. Kraga take little piece of treasure. Give human for thank you.
It's been a long time since an emissary from the nations visited us.
You are not simple elemental spirits.
We are the servants of the deep, the blacksmiths of Nital. A long time ago we served the dwarves of this land. We shaped the mighty blades of the earth for them. But a dispute broke our bond and brought a curse over the land.
Could you form an earthblade for me?
If you pay the price for it. Under orders from the Circle, the dwarves broke our bond and mined at places that had been forbidden to them. They invoked the wrath of the stones and were destroyed. Before we can serve the nations again, this old curse must be destroyed. You must face the wrath of the stones. Beyond that, forming the blade calls for several rare metals. I would need a good 300 pieces from your iron supply for it.
Here are the 300 pieces of iron for the blade.
Good. We will start the forging process as soon as you are ready. Think of the curse you must face. Are you ready?
I am ready to face the curse.
Then listen. As soon as I begin forming the blade, 5 of the stone guards will awaken. They will invoke the wrath of the stones. You must stop them. Conquer the guards before the invocation has concluded, or you will be destroyed.
And don't leave your goods unguarded. Some of the stone ones will try to stop you. Return as soon as you have defeated the guards. The blade will be ready. It has begun. The guards have appeared. They are invoking the wrath of the stone. The old curse is awakening. Find them. Stop them before they can complete the ritual. This is the only help I can grant you. May Nitav have mercy on you, human. What do you want, human?
The guards have been conquered.
You have destroyed the curse. Then take the prize. This blade formed for you from the strength of the earth. May it seal our new bond.
Nitav's strength be with you, human.
What do you think of this blade?
Nitav's beard, an earth blade.
Can it be used?
You need a handle so you can hold it. I can make you one if I get the right material.
What do you need?
Red adamantium is the only metal that can be attached to an earth blade. Go to Master Urak. You find him near the mines. He will help you fashion it.
Ah, the Rune Warrior. What brings you to my mines?
Are you the foreman?
The mine master, if you don't mind. Now, tell me, what brings you here, human?
I need red adamantium.
Do you have any idea what you're talking about, human?
What do you mean?
Well, you need enough adamantium just for the raw mass. Beyond that, you need a stone of eternal fire, as well as the blood of a demon for the colour. But the work is only completed when the glowing metal has been cooled down in the tears of a soulless creature.
Skarvig never mentioned that it would be that complicated to make the handle for a sword.
A sword?
An earth blade, forged by the servants of the deep.
I understand. A suggestion, human. I'll exchange the blade for a piece of equal value from my collection. I can, however, also reveal where you can find the components for red adamantium. The choice is yours.
Tell me how I can find the components for adamantium.
Adamantium can only be found in very rare places, where the bedrock of the earth is very old. You must look for stones of eternal fire in those places where the earth's blood comes to the surface glowing red hot and the air is full of ashes. The blood of the demon must be removed from a living creature in order to retain its strength. Don't ask me how you can manage that. The tears of a soulless creature are the hardest part, because only very few creatures ever feel sorrow without a soul. Good luck.
I have gathered the components for red adamantium.
Manufacturing it is difficult. I will need a good bit of time to do it.
How much time?
Enough to make it worthwhile for you to wander to another place. Go and destroy something or other, or whatever else your kind does. Good luck.
Is the adamantium ready?
This is it indeed. A magnificent piece, as only a dwarf can make it. Here, take it.
A Rune Warrior, may the gods bless you. Fight for us. Help us rescue the Northland. I am but a simple pharmacist. I can do nothing but sit here and wait for tidings from the borderlands. You, however...
Do not envy me, woman. My art of murdering is nothing compared to the art of healing your master.
Oh, you underestimate me. I too will fight. I will brew the Gahir, and I will call a chosen one to be my contender who will do the same for you.
You are speaking in riddles.
The Gahir is the potion of the heroes. It gives the person who drinks the potion the power of the elemental forces. It makes him unconquerable, and he will fight in my place. Unfortunately, the blood of 3 powerful and dangerous creatures is necessary to brew the potion.
Which creatures?
A giant spider, a demon, and a dragon. Please, bring me their lifeblood. You have the power to do it. Find these creatures and take their blood from them.
You demand unusual things, pharmacist, but I will keep them in mind.
Ah, you again. Well, have you collected all lifeblood?
Here, I bring you the blood of the 3 creatures.
In truth, you have gone through a lot to get it. Unfortunately, your efforts are not yet over. In order to brew the potion, the blood must be prepared in a vessel made of pure adamantium.
Where can I find a vessel of that kind?
Only the dwarves can form adamantium. People say Skarvik, the forger in the southern Windwall Mountains, has that talent.
Need to have strength be with you, human.
I need a vessel made of adamantium.
I can make it. However, to do this, I will need an adamantium splinter.
Where can I find something like that?
Go to Blade Rock. There you will find vast quantities of adamantium.
I bring you the splinter for the vessel.
Ah, an adamantium splinter. From Blade Rock, I presume. Hand it over.
Here, take it.
A handsome piece, ideally suited for working. Wait. Here you have your vessel.
I have been waiting for you. Well, do you have the pitcher made of adamantium?
Here is the vessel you are in need of.
It's true. It's time. My contender's hour will come.
Are you sure you are doing the right thing?
Right or wrong, the contender will save us all. The potion is completed. Look at how it bubbles.
Now what are you going to do with it?
Bring the potion to my chosen one, Tombard, my brother. He's a naive fellow who is mocked by everyone. This drink, however, will turn him into a mighty warrior.
What?
What is your name?
Tombard. Tombard must work.
Adhira sends me with a potion.
Potion? Oh, that is good. Adhira, she tell me about it. Potion make Tombard strong and clever. Then nobody laugh at Tombard no more.
Potion or no potion, nobody should laugh at you anyway.
You give me potion. You give me. Tombard want to be strong and clever.
Here, take it.
Thank you. Oh, tastes bad. Burns. Now, Tombard be clever. Nobody laugh at Tombard no more. Nobody.
What's wrong with you? You look so different.
Nobody will ever laugh at me again. Ha ha!